For opposition leader Raila Odinga to allow political parties to spend in their 2017 campaigns as much as 15 billion shillings and presidential aspirants 5.2 billion shillings, governors, senators and county women representatives up to 400 million shillings is plain ridiculous. Odinga posted a scathing attack on the Electoral Commission in a statement to newsrooms, saying it had embarked on another quote-unquote scatterbrained project whose end result, he claims, will be to bastardize our politics further. Odinga says the new regulations published this week ahead of the 2017 election campaigns send a coded message to Kenyans that those not in the league of multi-billionaires have no business vying for any position in the coming election. But in a country with a handful of billionaires, with even fewer of them interested in plunging into the murky political waters to beg for votes, Odinga believes a new class of billionaires, aided by IEBC's supposed restrictive regulations, is stepping up. The opposition chief says the electoral body has done nothing other than justify pre-plunder of the nation. His statement reads in part, quote, "The figures themselves seem based on an assumption that everyone running for an elective post is a thief of state, a tenderpreneur or a drug dealer." End of quote. A section of leaders and ordinary Kenyans agree with Odinga's thinking.
I think they are totally out of touch with reality, and if they are thinking that this is money politicians can fundraise, I want to say I do not think any party or any presidential candidate can legitimately, underline the word legitimately raise 5 billion in Kenya.
Somebody that earns not more than 20 million in 5 years is told you can use campaign funds to the tune of 400 million would be strange, indeed strange.
But others believe the new regulations will in fact sanitize Kenya's election campaigns.
Campaigns can be now on real issues, not on how much you can be able to color your campaign, use big vehicles and splash money and buy out people. Personally, I can tell you I have been to political campaigns whereby somebody comes, calls a group of big, people, a big group of people, puts them somewhere and then pulls out a wad of money and starts dishing out 100, and at the end of the day, then you hear we are going to nominations.
Those against the regulations say IEBC lacks the capacity to enforce its own regulations. But the Commission says it will be relying on reports from authorized persons who will be receiving contributions and incurring expenses on behalf of candidates and parties.
The law may end up being what in law we call a black letter law. Law in law books which we do not live by. Law like polygamy is an offense, but everybody, including the judges who are to adjudicate those matters, are polygamists.
The regulations are yet to be tabled in Parliament. Should they be passed, anyone making a contribution to any political party or candidate will have to be given a receipt as proof of the source of money or help in kind. Sylvia Chabet, Citizen Weekend.